If you rent and a letting agent ever hands you a list of fees, admin fee, referencing fee, renewal fee, tenancy setup fee, I need you to stop and pay attention, because most of those fees are now against the law. They charged me £600 of them. I got every single penny back. Here's what happened. I found a flat through a letting agency. Nice enough flat, and I was keen. Which agents can smell on you? And when it came to signing, out came the list. An administration fee, a referencing fee, per person, so double for me and my partner, a tenancy agreement fee, and then a year later when we stayed on, a renewal fee just for the privilege of continuing to live in the flat we already lived in. All in, across the tenancy, about £600, handed to me as if it were as normal and unavoidable as the rent itself. That's just the standard fees, everyone pays them, it's how it works. And I paid them, because I wanted the flat, and because when someone in an office says these are the standard fees, you assume they're allowed to charge them. That's the assumption they rely on, that standard means legal, that because they say it confidently and print it on official-looking paper, it must be permitted. Here's what I didn't know at the time, and what changed everything once I did. The law on this had changed, and most of those standard fees the agent had charged me weren't standard at all anymore. They were banned. Here's the thing every renter in England needs to know, because it puts money straight back in your pocket. There's a law called the Tenant Fees Act, and it did something wonderful. It banned the vast majority of the junk fees that letting agents used to invent to squeeze tenants. Before that law, agents charged for everything. Want to apply? Fee. Want us to check your references? Fee. Want the tenancy written up? Fee. Want to renew? Fee. Made-up charge after made-up charge, all dressed up as admin. Now they can only charge a small, specific, legally defined list of things, like the rent, a capped deposit, and a few narrow exceptions. And the big ones they used to love? Admin fees, referencing fees, renewal fees, tenancy setup fees, banned, not allowed. Charging them is against the law, and agents can be fined thousands of pounds for doing it. So I sat down with the paperwork from my whole tenancy, and I made a list of my own. Every fee they'd charged me line by line, the admin fee, the referencing fees, the agreement fee, the renewal fee. I put an amount next to each one, and then I checked each one against what the law actually permits. Almost all of them were banned fees, money the agent had taken from me that, under the law, they simply were not allowed to charge. So I wrote to the agency, not angrily, just clearly. I listed each fee, I stated that it was a prohibited payment under the Tenant Fees Act, and I requested a full refund of the banned charges. And I added one line that I knew would focus their minds, that if it wasn't resolved, I'd be reporting them to the council's trading standards team, who enforce this and can issue significant fines. The response was fast, and it was cooperative, and it was a world away from the "these are just the standard fees" attitude I'd got when I was signing. Because the agent knew, the moment they read my letter, that I wasn't a confused tenant they could baffle with jargon. I'd named each banned fee, I'd cited the law that banned it, and I'd mentioned the one thing letting agents genuinely fear: trading standards and the fines that come with charging illegal fees. Here's what they absolutely did not want. They did not want a tenant reporting them for prohibited payments, because it isn't just about refunding my £600. If the council starts looking, they start asking how many other tenants got charged the same banned fees. One complaint can unravel a whole pattern, and the fines stack up per breach. My £600 was nothing compared to what an investigation could cost them. So they refunded me. All of it, every banned fee I'd listed, back in my account, rather than have me make it a formal matter. £600 for fees they'd told me to my face were just standard. And here's why I'm telling you this instead of just quietly enjoying my refund. Because there are millions of renters who paid those same fees, were told the same "it's standard" line, and never knew the law had changed to protect them. That money is often still recoverable. Those fees were never standard. They were banned, and the agents charging them are counting on you not knowing. So dig out your tenancy paperwork, look for admin fees, referencing fees, renewal fees, setup fees, check them against the Tenant Fees Act. And if you are charged them, write and ask for your money back, and mention trading standards. You might be owed more than you think. Have you ever been charged a fee you were just told was standard? Drop it in the comments, and if you want more complete stories with no part 2s that never come, follow the page. New story every day as they so.